Hello everyone. Let's have a revision on minor metabolism of carbohydrates. Mainly we'll be focusing on the metabolism, the questions which have come from the galactose metabolism and fructose metabolism and something from the uronic acid pathway. That is a disorder associated with the uronic acid pathway, that is essential pentosuria. So the questions are: mention the enzyme defective in galactosemia and add a note on the clinical features of galactosemia, which carries 3 marks. Second question, enzyme defect in galactosemia. So if you know the galactosemia thoroughly, you may be able to write the answer in either questions. Then third question, mention the biochemical defect in fructosuria. For that you should understand the fructose metabolism. Even you can answer for the hereditary fructose intolerance enzyme deficiency also can be answered if you understand the fructose metabolism. Then the fourth question is essential pentosuria. So before moving into the galactosemia, you should know briefly about the galactose metabolism. So here you can see galactose, first of all, which undergoing a kinase reaction, a phosphorylation reaction with galactokinase to form galactose 1-phosphate. The second reaction, the activation of galactose 1-phosphate to UDP galactose. Here the UDP will be donated from the UDP glucose molecule. And the enzyme catalyzed this reaction is galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase. In short form, we can understand this enzyme as GALT, G-A-L-T, GALT, that is galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase enzyme. And you are getting active galactose as UDP galactose. It can be undergoing an epimerase reaction to form UDP glucose. This can be utilized for the various purposes. Okay, so here you can see that if there is deficiency of this important enzyme, that is GALT, galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase enzyme, due to some genetic defect, what will happen? There will be accumulation of galactose 1-phosphate and also galactose. Galactose and its intermediate will be getting accumulated in body fluids, specifically wherever the galactose metabolism occurs. That leads to a specific inborn error of metabolism known as galactosemia. So the question galactosemia, you have to answer the deficient enzyme is galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase enzyme. Galactose 1-phosphate, which accumulates in blood, in liver specifically where the metabolism occurs, which inhibits glycogen phosphorylase enzyme. Glycogen phosphorylase, we know that, which is a key enzyme for glycogenolysis. So in children or in neonates, it can lead to neonatal hypoglycemia. That is a predominant symptom for galactosemia. Then there can be jaundice and so many liver related diseases or manifestations. So here bilirubin uptake is less because the UDP glucose is not resynthesized due to defect in the GALT enzyme. So bilirubin conjugation does not occur. So what will happen? Unconjugated bilirubin level will be increased in blood. So it leads to, all these things will lead to enlargement of liver, either due to jaundice or even the metabolic intermediate of galactose will be getting accumulated. So it leads to enlargement of liver, jaundice and severe mental retardation. And free galactose also getting accumulates in body fluids. Excess level can be excreted through the urine. So these two conditions together known as galactosemia and galactosuria. And when the excess galactose is getting accumulated in various places, it has another alternative metabolic adaptation, as it can be reduced as dalcitol. So this dalcitol, because of its osmotic effect, which can cause osmotic effect in the lens of the eyes and can lead to cataract. So that is a reason for congenital cataract in galactosemia, which is very characteristic feature of galactosemia. So you can see neonatal hypoglycemia, then hepatomegaly, jaundice, so many things, then congenital cataract. And last feature, that galactose 1-phosphate intermediate, which may get deposited in renal tubules, producing tubular damage, which leading to aminoresiduria. So this picture, which gives overall symptoms of galactosemia, it leads to permanent mental retardation, congenital cataract, jaundice, hepatomegaly, kidney damage, severe hypoglycemia in neonates, and galactosuria. These are the 7 characteristic clinical manifestation of galactosemia. Now the diagnosis is that we can see through the clinical manifestations, or we can diagnose through the clinical manifestation. Congenital cataract will be a clue for galactosemia. Then presence of galactose in urine, as well as the elevation of blood galactose level, then which can be confirmed by analyzing the deficiency of the enzyme activity in WBZ, that is GALT enzyme deficiency, can be analyzed, and collection of fetal cells by amniocentesis for prenatal diagnosis. Treatment: we should avoid the milk-based food. Lactose-free diet is a treatment. Special diet should be withdrawn after 4 years when galactose 1-phosphate pyrophosphorylase, an alternative enzyme which helps to metabolize galactose when it becomes active. Till that, we have to supply the special diet. So if the lactose is withdrawn from the diet, the symptoms recede very fast, and if the diagnosis and treatment is getting late, what will happen? It leads to a permanent mental retardation once it is established, which cannot be reversed or will not be improved. So early detection is very much important for galactosemia. Now the following questions were from the fructose metabolism. One, specifically the question which given was, what is enzyme deficiency in fructosuria? So HFI and fructosuria are the inborn error of metabolism associated with the fructose metabolism. HFI is hereditary fructose intolerance. So here in this pathway you can see the metabolism of fructose. So through the diet, the fructose which what we get through the diet undergoing a phosphorylation reaction by kinase, fructokinase enzyme, through the hydrolysis of ATP to form fructose 1-phosphate, then aldolase B, another enzyme which helps to break down the 6-carbon fructose 1-phosphate into 2, that is glyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. And these two has its own fate. Either it can enter for the TG synthesis, or it can enter for the synthesis of glycogen, fatty acid, cholesterol, so on. So depends on the body's metabolic needs. Now here these two, if there is deficiency of fructokinase enzyme, that leads to an inborn error of metabolism that is known as fructosuria or essential fructosuria. So if what is the enzyme deficiency in fructosuria, your answer should be fructokinase. And another which is not been asked but can be asked, hereditary fructose intolerance, the enzyme deficiency. So you should answer it is aldolase B. Aldolase B is for HFI, hereditary fructose intolerance. So this was that question, fructosuria, what is the enzyme deficiency? Don't forget which is fructokinase. Now the last question was essential pentosuria. So this essential pentosuria is an inborn error of metabolism associated with the uronic acid pathway. So this is overall the uronic acid pathway. You can go through from the textbook. So uronic acid pathway is an alternative oxidation pathway glucose. We know that. It has specific purpose in human as for the synthesis of UDP glucose. UDP glucose will be utilized for the multiple purposes. And the end product of this glucuronic acid pathway is usually cellulose 5-phosphate, which will be entering into HMP. Okay, so the last enzymes for the metabolism of uronic acid pathway, that is xylitol to xylulose by xylitol dehydrogenase enzyme, and xylulose to xylitol by xylulose reductase enzyme, and xylitol to xylulose by xylitol dehydrogenase enzyme. If there is deficiency of these two enzymes, which leads to a specific disease known as essential pentosuria. So absence of these two enzymes leads to pentosuria. So what will happen? Xylulose, which will be getting accumulated, and excess will be excreted through the urine. So which gives a positive Benedict test. Certain drugs like barbiturates, aminopyrin, etc. will induce uronic acid pathway and will increase xylusuria in such kind of patients. So this is all about the topics which I have got for discussion. Once again, focusing on galactosemia, then fructosuria, essential pentosuria, and hereditary fructose intolerance. Thank you all. Please study these questions carefully.